Hi, my name is Bila. I'm going to be doing my speech of information tonight. These are my audience members.
Hi, I'm Clint Casey.
Brandon Williams.
I'm Crystal.
I'm short some members tonight, audience members. Some went out of town and some are sick. To breastfeed or bottle feed, that's what I'm going to be informing you on tonight. It seems to be the most important decision that first-time parents make, whether first time, second time, or third time. You have to consider several factors when you are making this huge decision. Money, time, comfort, all of those go into whether or not to breastfeed or bottle feed. Today I want to address both the advantages and disadvantages to breastfeeding and bottle feeding. According to kidshealth.org, the American Academy of Pediatrics joins other organizations such as the American Medical Association, American Dietetic Association, and the World Health Organization. They recommend breastfeeding the best for babies. Not only is it cost effective, but breastfeeding helps fight against certain illnesses and diseases. It helps prevent allergies as well. And it helps protect against chronic conditions. The American Academy of Pediatrics also recommends that mothers breastfeed their babies for the first 6 months. Then if they decide to go after that, they recommend it up to 12 months. And then if baby and mother are both comfortable and they want to go longer, they should, if they so desire. Breastfeeding protects against illnesses, like I told you earlier. It lowers the baby's chances of ear infections. It also lowers the baby's chances of viral infections. And one large study done by the National Institute of Environmental Health Sciences showed that children who are breastfed have a 20% lower risk of dying of SIDS between the ages of 28 days and 1 year. I had a friend who actually did not breastfeed due to medical complications, and not saying that this was the cause, but her baby did die at 2 months. Breastfeeding can also help protect your baby against, or it can boost your child's intelligence. Various researchers have found a connection between breastfeeding and cognitive development, and they say that more than 17,000 infants followed them from birth to 6.5 years of age. They conducted IQ scores and other intelligence tests that proved that this research was true. Breastfeeding can also help the mother as well as the baby. Several factors go into that, including being a stress reducer. You have that one-on-one time with your baby to bond. Also, it helps lower your risk of postpartum depression. I can be a witness to that as well. I had postpartum with my first 3 that I did not breastfeed. And the last one that I did not have any postpartum depression. It also helps reduce your chances of breast cancer, what researchers have found as well. So you're probably asking, what if the mother can't breastfeed? What if there's medical complications, or she just doesn't want to, or she can't produce enough milk? Those are also factors that you have to think about when you're making your parent decisions. The reason they call formula formula is because they want to match what's in breast milk. They want to find the vitamins, the nutrients, the minerals that are in breast milk and kind of manipulate them and match them. So you're not just feeding your baby flour. You know, you're actually feeding them vitamins and nutrients that they're gaining from mother's milk as well. According to Livestrong.com, they use a concoction of different ingredients to come up with substances that have those adequate vitamins and nutrients and minerals. KellyMom.com, there's a woman on this website, and she says that you can still have that bond with the baby even if you aren't breastfeeding. My sister-in-law formula feeds her baby, and they still have that one-on-one bond. The baby still likes to snuggle with her over the father, and he always wants her. It's like they have this little bond going on when they're sitting down. She's always holding him and feeding him, and that's really important too. From these studies, what they've shown is, it doesn't have to necessarily be the breast milk, but even if you're holding the baby close to your chest and snuggling them with the bottle of formula, that helps the bond between mother and child too. Another advantage of formula feeding is that mom doesn't have to be with the baby 24/7. Normally with a breastfed infant, when they're first home, they are feeding anywhere between 30 minutes to an hour and a half. Every feeding, 30 minutes to an hour and a half. The mom can't get anything done. She can't go take a shower. It's hard to nap. With a formula-fed baby, everybody can pitch in on feedings. Dad can help with overnight feedings sometimes. Or during the day, if you want to get away with your husband or significant other, grandparents, aunts and uncles, friends can step in and help feed the baby. Being bottle fed also helps mom's self-esteem. She can, fit into her clothes comfortably without having to worry about nursing tanks or nursing bras, having to feed in public. With some moms, that's very embarrassing, and I know a lot of outsiders don't like it as well. Mom is free to go when she pleases. She can eat and drink what she wants. That also affects baby. When they're breastfeeding, you have to be careful not to eat spicy foods, or if your baby has an allergic reaction to a certain kind of milk, the mom can't intake any milk like that. When mom is happy, everyone's happy. So formula also helps protect against any foods that might upset his tummy that mom is eating as well. There are several different formulas that are made to kind of adapt to your baby's needs. There's gas and fussy formula for those babies who are normally gassy and fussy, which you don't have that with the mother's milk. You just have one particular milk. There's also a lactose intolerant formula to help with baby that has allergies. Formula fed babies actually need to eat less. They can eat, that the formula takes longer to digest than breast milk. So they have anywhere from, a 3 to 4 hour window where they need to eat compared to 30 minutes to an hour and a half. If you're bottle feeding your baby, you're always aware of the milk intake. You can measure it on the bottle, 8 ounces, 6 ounces, 4 ounces, as opposed to breastfeeding. You don't know how much milk your baby is getting. You're always asking, is my baby getting enough? Are they weighing enough? Are they intaking enough? So that would answer a lot of questions there. It would also save you a lot of money. Formula feeding is more expensive. On an average, if you were to get 2 cans of formula a week, you would spend over $1,700 a year. That's not on bottle liners, bottles, nipples, pacifiers if they take a pacifier, because a lot of babies do when they're eating out of a bottle. After all the research and polling, it is safe to say that there are definitely more benefits of breastfeeding compared to formula feeding. Several factors that were considered were allergies and money, societal beliefs, and that all comes into contact with the quality time as well. So thank you for listening to my speech. Any questions?
I have one. Is there anything that says when babies should stop breastfeeding?
Actually, a website did say that breast milk, I know it's weird, but breast milk is good for a child up until 8 years old.
8 years old?
8 years old.
Wow.
Which, in my opinion, is a little too far.
Do you know if they've made, I know that breast milk has mother's immunity for babies. Mm-hmm. Like that's the whole benefit of having it up to 6 months of age. Have they been able to establish any of those immunity benefits into formula?
No, they can't mimic mother's milk. They can only, like Livestrong said, do a concoction of what they think are the ingredients in mother's milk.
Okay.
And what kind of research did you do?
I did a lot of research from breastfeeding blogs to people who had really distinctive formula blogs where they were basically stating
Like pro formula?
pro formula.
What were their reasons?
One reason actually was that there's so much bacteria on the mother's breast. Just putting that in the baby's mouth several times a day, you're actually infecting the baby more than you are helping them.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's
So
interesting.
it was interesting to read the comments posted back to her, which I kind of agree with that to an extent. You know, I had a lactation specialist tell me not to wash your breasts with soap, or if you were going to use no scented soap at all. So, you know, you'd probably have to do more scientific testing and swab and probably see how much bacteria is on there, and if so, would it hurt the baby?
Awesome. Fantastic. Okay.
Thank you.